So happy Valentine's Day. Yay. We're going to be so self-loving to ourselves today in practice. It's going to feel really yummy and really good. We're actually going to start laying down, right? So let's make our way onto our back, rolling all the way down. Take your time here. Open up the arms. Let those feet walk out to the side and the knees fall in. Or if you feel like taking that Shavasana pose, letting the legs just kind of, fall to the edges of the mat, do that. And just begin to take a moment to settle here. One of my favorite books is that Book of Awakening, Mark Nepo. And today I loved his reading. I love his reading for February 14th. And I'm just going to share part of it with you. It's called Love at First Sight. So while I'm reading this, I want you to focus on your breathing, on settling down the body, the mind, come into a really beautiful place of restoration, right? Just a restorative feeling of self. He says that the true power of love at first sight is often missed because we insist on limiting its meaning to the sweep of falling into another person upon first meeting. To appreciate the deeper sense of this, we must uncover and reclaim the importance of first sight itself, which has more to do with seeing things essentially rather than physically for the first time. We all walk around within the numbness of our habits and routines so often that we take the marvels of extraordinary life for granted. It is first sight that opens the freshness of each moment, unencumbered by any of our habits and routines. First sight is the moment of God sight, heart sight, soul sight. It is the seeing of revelation, the feeling of oneness that briefly overcomes us when nothing remains in the way. I can work across from the same person for years, and one day, because my own suffering has opened me up more fully than I can remember, and because the light floods that person's face, I can for the first time truly see who they are and feel love for them. I can walk by the same willow season after season, and one day, because of this sheen of after rain and the lowness of the wind, I can truly see the willow like never before and feel love for the willow and all that it is. I can, in the mirror late at night, after seeing myself hundreds of times, see the willow and the light and the other in my tired face and know the sameness as the stuff of God. In truth, it has never been about first meeting, though this can happen, but more about first coming into view. As a breeze all spun out lets the water go clear, we finally stop talking, stop performing, stop pretending, and all tired out, we go clear. And the heart that rests in everything beats before you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let it go. Can you find that first sight in your practice today? We're going to start by crossing that right ankle over the left knee. So if your knees aren't bent, go ahead and begin to bend them. Cross that right ankle over the left knee. And then as you draw that right leg up, go ahead and take your hands around the inside and the outside of that left thigh. Draw your right knee away, flex into both of your feet. So feel that energy out through the heels of your foot. You're going to feel a little bit more happening in that right hip. And then I want you to take a slight rock to the left. And basically what that's going to do is, again, just going to add a little bit more intensity to the periphery of the body, and just breathe here for another moment or two. And then slowly, as you release that left foot to the floor, take your hands and bring that right shin towards you. So maybe you can like cradle it like a baby. Maybe you just sort of hold on to that leg somewhere. And then I want you to just gently rock back and forth. So see if you can't find that spot right where the femur has its place in the joint of the hip. And I just want you to start to rock your leg back and forth in there. And if it feels better, maybe you just hold the foot with your left hand and you find that space with the right finger, right? Like you're drawing your thumb inside the crease. Take another breath here, and then gently release the ankle back onto the knee. Finding the breath again, we're gonna lift the leg, and then we're gonna slowly drop to the left. So that left leg and the right foot are gonna find the floor. Let the arms come out to a T, and maybe let that right ear fall. So we're coming into an easy twist. Try to bring that right knee up towards the ceiling. And then as you're ready, I want you to slowly draw that right knee down towards the floor. Now you're gonna feel a little bit more of a stretch on the outside of that right hip. Maybe you take that left hand and just gently draw the knee a little bit closer to the floor. It may not even touch the floor, it doesn't have to. All right, just feel the stretch. I want you to breathe into that stretch. And so to come out of this, all I want you to do is release your hand, slowly bring that right knee on top of the left, and take yourself back to center. Right, you may have to kind of reposition the spine. It may have moved a little bit here. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So cross that left ankle over the right knee. Take a deep inhale and draw that right knee off the right foot off the floor. We're gonna interlace the fingers around the inside and the outside of that right thigh. And again, just start here by flexing the foot. Press that left knee away, draw the right knee in as much as you can. And then as you're ready, a little bit of an inching over to the right. Just take a little bit to the right. And you're gonna feel a little bit deeper into that left side. Finding the breath. And then slowly release your right foot to the floor. Take that left leg and start to pull it in a little bit closer to the chest. Rocking back and forth. So there's a softness in the face and in the throat, just softness in the belly and in the shoulders, right? We're just taking a moment here to find that hip, find that joint, and then gently releasing that ankle back onto the knee. Bring that right leg back up again. This time as those arms come out to the side, take the legs over to the right. Right leg falls to the earth and the left foot. We take the head as gently as we can over to the left. Starting to breathe in here, press that left knee up towards sky. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And then as you're ready, release the knee, let it fall towards the earth. Take that right hand and just gently draw the knee down. All right, let's go ahead and walk that left leg on top of the right. Slowly bring yourself back through center. Take both knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. Maybe on the next breath, you draw the forehead up into the knees. And then you can start rocking a little bit, right? From the shoulders to the sacrum. And then all the way up to a seated position. So coming into a nice comfortable seat, let's go ahead and do a little bit more in that side body. That left arm is gonna come down and that right arm is gonna sweep up. Take a big breath in here and then exhale. Take a gentle bend to the left. Look up if you can, right? And then sweep that right arm around like we're making a big circle. And then we'll go to the other side. Right arm down, left arm reaching up. Big breath, exhale. Go ahead and take that nice gentle tilt. You can feel, right, all from as that hip is pressing down, sits bone, nice stretch in that side body, big reach here, and then sweep that arm around. Good. Coming back up to sit. Just a nice deep breath in here as we inhale the arms up and overhead. Press the fingers away. Inhale, arch the spine, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, belly pulls in, chin to chest. Last time. And draw that belly in and up. Good. Coming to a neutral spine. Let's come onto hands and knees. Tuck those toes under and press your hips towards the heels, stretching out the back of the feet. Tuck all 10 toes under. I can still feel this in my poor little toe that's not happy with me. Someday it'll heal. Not yet. Nice deep breaths. If you want a little bit more, right, you can come all the way up. It just depends on what you can handle here. You feel like maybe coming into that Anjali Mudra with the fingers on the sternum, finding a little bit of a meditation for a few breaths. You're welcome to do that as well. And then slowly release the hands to the floor. Let's keep those toes tucked under and find our first downward facing dog. So really just make this organic, right? When I say that, I just mean move at your own pace. So what does your body need and want right now in this position? Where are you sort of holding tension? You know, how much attention do we pay in the back part of our body versus what our arms are doing? Right? So can we come into this like first sight idea here in our down dog? Maybe just enjoying taking that journey through all the parts of the body here and finding peace and comfort and softening where we feel we may be holding tension. Let's inhale. We're going to flow through into a plank. Hold a strong plank. Draw those shoulder blades back, really accentuate this. Crown of the head reaching forward. And we're going to come down onto the knees and find a tabletop. So we're going to press down into those hands. We're going to pull the belly in and hover. Finding that core strength. Exhale, bring those knees back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. We're going to do that one more time. 3 is always a good number. Inhale, lift. We're not going to come down here. We're going to pull up and find that downward dog again. Enjoy the breath here. Enjoy finding space, making room, reaching those sitting bones up. Maybe you even explore bending into the knees and lifting the tailbone and then re-straightening the legs. On your next breath, come again forward, back into our plank. Hold steady, come down onto the knees, and let's go ahead and make ourselves come all the way down, forehead touching the floor. Bring those feet together. Lift those kneecaps, not the toes. Hands come up underneath the shoulders. Draw those shoulder blades back. Press those elbows in towards the body and lift up into a baby cobra. Let's hold here, and I want you to just rock your head from side to side, like you're looking over your left shoulder, looking over your right shoulder. Just a couple of breaths. And slowly releasing the forehead back to the floor, tucking your toes, press through plank or table, and find downward dog again. We're going to bring the weight into that left foot, and we're going to lift the right leg up for three-legged dog. So keep the leg about hip height and press through the heel. You can look back and check the toes. They're pointing down, right? So this is our closed hip position. So to open the hip, we want to lift the leg higher, stack that right hip on top of the left, and then let that heel fall towards the butt cheek. So we're lifting the knee up as high as we can. We're keeping our shoulders straight. pressing forward with our hands, breathing. Good. And then as we're ready, let's go ahead and close down that hip, bring that heel back, and then draw the knee into the chest. We're going to step that right foot between our hands. We're going to get that left hand to come down next to that right foot and the right hand onto the right knee. Reach your chest forward. Press back through that left heel. Press your hand down and forward on your knee and twist to the right. Now on your next breath, reach that right arm up. Maybe overhead. And then we're going to take that right hand inside that right foot. Yeah, and we're going to walk, we're going to drop onto that back heel, and we're going to walk to the long edge of the mat in our Skandasana, right, our side to side pose. So just rocking back and forth here. It doesn't have to be, you can lift your hips and let them go low. You can stay low the whole time, right? If you feel like lifting one foot and then the other, make it as organic as you want it to be tonight. Find that first sight here. We've done this pose so many times, right? But it's, what is it about it tonight that you need, that you want? Nice and slow. So the next time we're over to the right, I want you to hold there. And then maybe you have to inch your left foot in, and you're just going to sit your hip down onto that right foot, right? In fact, if you want to, right, you can even take a block, if you have a block, and put it up underneath. So I'm just rolling down here to grab my block, which actually might be kind of a good idea, and sit on it. So we're still working on this hip opener, right? This is sort of like, my friend Martha came up with this little pose, and I really like it. It's good for Valentine's Day. And it's not really like a true asana, but I just thought it was kind of since we're doing a lot of this heart and hip openers today, that this might be kind of fun. So maybe you do take that block and sit on it for some balance here. So with that left foot, I want you to try and point those toes up. You're going to feel that all inside that left leg. Now we're going to become Cupid. I know you guys think I'm nuts. So with this, take our arms and turn them into a bow. So that left arm and our gaze is going left. And we're going to like draw the bow back with our right arm. So what are we doing here? We're stretching that chest open. Try to keep that right knee open as well. Breathing here. And then we're going to take that right hand back and draw it open again. And one more time, we're going to sweep that arm around, draw the bow. This time we're going to go up and down. So we're going to drop that right elbow and lift the left arm up. Big stretch for the side body, and then drop it down. So like the fingers are coming inside the left leg, and we're looking up at our elbow. Reaching and lowering. That little side to side motion one more time. And we lower. Beautiful. Hold here. Stretch that right arm up. Nice. And then, so we have to come out of this, right? So I think the easiest way to do that, since again, we're just sort of all making this up, is to bring your hands to the to that right side. Yeah. And just go ahead and rotate yourself around to the right. Pretty simple, straightforward. Let that block be somewhere where you can use it for the other side here. So we're finding ourselves into a nice runner's lunge. We're going to step that right foot back to meet the left in downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Come forward. Let's find a plank. Exhale onto the knees, nice and slow. Untuck the toes. Take yourself down to the floor. Big toes are touching, little space in the heels. Lift those kneecaps. Traction those hands back as you feel that lift in the inhale coming into our baby cobra. Let those shoulders relax away from the ears, right? You don't have to come up very high in your baby cobra. Exhale, forehead comes to the floor. And again, we find our way through table or plank. and into downward dog. So we're moving into that other side. That right foot is going to stay planted, and that left leg is going to come back hip height. Toes down. Hello, toes, right? You can see them right there behind you. Make sure that those shoulders are forward. Your weight is evenly distributed. Now on your next inhale, lift the leg and stack your hips, right? So let that leg really extend the knee, reaching for the ceiling. You can peek underneath your right arm. Breathing here, press forward with your arms, lift your belly, enjoy the stretch, and then go ahead and bring it back into our three-legged dog. Looking forward, let's step that left foot between our hands. Right hand comes next to the left foot, and the left hand onto the knee. So traction that arm, that hand forward. Drop in and then find your twist. As you're ready, lift your arm. Maybe it goes over the head. Doesn't have to. Stretching, breathing. Looking at the floor, we're going to bring that left hand inside the left foot, right? And now we're going to drop into that right foot, and we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to turn to face you. And again, we're taking that side to side, however you want. Arms can be up, arms can be down. You might want to do the same thing you did last time, or you may want to find something different. Next time you're over to the left, grab that block. Maybe you sit down on it. Can just kind of help with our balance. And those right toes are up, yeah? Bringing that left hand inside. So we're really opening up the hips. That knee is pointing out. We're stretching into the inside of that right leg. And then we're gonna find our bow on this side, right? So we're just gonna draw that left arm back. The chest is open, gazing to the right, and then sweep the arm towards the right arm, pulling it back. One more time. Pulling it back, open here, big breath. Reaching up with the gaze in the arm, and then coming down. And up, and down. One more time. Good. Nice, coming back up. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to either side of that left foot. Roll onto the inner part of that right leg and twist yourself. Move the block out of the way. Find your runner's lunge here. Pressing through the heel, chest reaching forward. And then let's step that left foot back to meet the right in downward facing dog. Nice full deep breaths. Coming down onto our knees, let's find a child's pose, taking hips to the heels and the forehead to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Releasing anything that we liked or we didn't like, right? From that little series, just let it go, it's over. On your next breath, let's go ahead and make our way back into our tabletop, tucking those toes, and again, back into downward facing dog. Left foot stays heavy, that right leg sweeps up, take your time. And we're gonna step the right foot between our hands. We're gonna come down onto the back foot, and we're gonna make our way into warrior two. So taking your time, right? You can walk up the leg, you can cartwheel your hands, Come out of the knee, right? Just unbend slightly. Drop that back hip under and then rebend the leg. So you really want to feel that wrapping action, right? That opening up of that hip. You're stacking your torso, your gaze is over the front fingers. We're breathing here, feeling steady. Taking that reverse warrior, right arm reaching up and that left arm back. I want you to look back at your back foot here. And then coming back into our warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Reach forward and find triangle or trikonasana. That right hand is going to come inside the leg and the left arm is going to extend up. Last breath here, bend into that right leg. Find your way back into warrior two. And then take your hands back to the floor. So that right hand again is going to come inside the leg. And we're going to find a little lizard pose here. So if you're comfortable with lizard with the knee down, then by all means take the knee down. Otherwise, maybe you want to keep it up. We're going to walk our right foot all the way out to the edge of the mat. Maybe we even turn the toes off the mat a little bit. Right hand again is going to come onto that right knee. Press it out. And again, in this easy lizard here, as we twist, we're going to take a twist into our lizard, looking over that right shoulder. Release that right hand, walk your right foot back in, come down onto that back knee, and then let's find a little Hanumanasana or half monkey. So as you stretch back, I want you to take that right leg, straighten it. Maybe the toes stay on the mat, maybe they lift up, but you want to walk your hands back until you feel that your spine is nice and straight. Draw that left hip forward. Open up the chest, breathing here, walk forward, open the chest, gaze lifts, take it back again. Last time, forward we go. And back. Walk your right hand inside the leg, hands come to the floor, and sweep that right foot around. So we're making our way into like a tabletop here. Tuck those toes under, find downward facing dog. Nice full deep breaths in and out. Right foot stays heavy, that left leg reaches up and back. Let's step that left foot between our hands, come down onto the heel of the right foot, and again, make our way into our warrior two. So again, unbend the leg, work at finding that rotation of that hip down and out. We're taking that left knee and pushing it towards the left side of the mat, gaze strong and lifted. Reversing the warrior here, reach that left arm up and gaze back. And coming back, find our warrior two. Straighten the left leg, reach forward with the hands, and then find triangle trikonasana. Remember to keep that chest open. Slowly rebend the leg, make your way back, warrior two, and then take your hands to the floor. Let both hands come inside the left foot and then walk the left foot all the way to the side of the mat, right? So again, on this other side, maybe you drop the knee, maybe you keep it lifted, bring that left hand to the left knee, press it forward, find that twist, look over that left shoulder, open up that knee, really widen it, widen that hip, rolling onto the outside edge of that left foot. Good. And then coming back to center, come down onto that knee. We're going to walk those toes forward and straighten the leg. Little Ardha Hanumanasana. Belly lifts, chest lifts. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Walking forward, inhale. Taking it back. Coming forward. And last time, holding here. Let's bring that left hand inside the left leg and just sweep that left foot around. Good. So from here, let's go ahead and shift our weight forward. Cross at the ankles. You may have to rearrange yourself on the mat just a little bit here, right? Finding the shoulders and the wrists in alignment. And we're going to do a little half push-ups, little half chaturangas. So as you lift the belly, draw the chest forward, exhale halfway down and lift up. Just do a couple of rounds, many as you feel comfortable with. Don't overdo it. And you do one more. Release your legs and go ahead and melt all the way to the floor. Forehead comes down. Feet together, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, peel yourself up, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead comes to the floor. Let's tuck those toes under, press up, and find child's pose. This time, open up your palms. So just roll your arms open. Palms are facing towards the ceiling. Release the palms to the earth. Go ahead and come back onto those hands and knees. And we're going to tuck the toes again and find downward dog. Try to melt those heels down to the floor. What's new about this pose for you? What can you see? What can you notice that you haven't noticed before? Lots of good questions. That left foot's going to stay heavy. That right leg is going to reach up. This time we're going to draw the right knee to the right wrist and drop the foot. We're going to come into pigeon. So I want you to walk that left leg back. We're going to start with a sitting up. So as you're here in pigeon, bring your arms back and lift the chest. Find a little bit of a back bend here. Maybe you even lift, stretching the throat. Maybe able to take the hands to the hips. You may have to stay on the floor. And then as you're ready, I want you to slowly come down. So if you find that your hip is really rolling up here and you want to use a blanket, right? You can just grab a blanket and just kind of tuck it underneath that right hip, kind of give you a little bit of a help. Maybe you use a block underneath your forehead, or maybe you just use your arms. But we're going to stay here for a little bit. So I want you to find comfort here. I want you to find whatever props or tools are going to be useful to you to really get the most benefit out of this hip opener. And can you relax and breathe here? What's coming into view that hasn't been in view before? Can you close your eyes? Breathe away your mind sight, your past sight, your future sight. Can you slowly breathe? Can you notice your heartbeat, the texture of your breath? Slowly, I want you to walk yourself back up. Yeah. We're gonna shift ourselves over to the right, and we're just gonna cross that left foot around and bring that left foot to the floor. So that right foot is kind of off to the side, that left knee. And I want you just to kind of press it like back and forth a little bit, right? So hello, left hip, right? Can we make sure that both sits bones are on the ground here? Just kind of waking it up. Oh yeah, hello. This isn't the one we worked, but it's, just want to kind of pay attention to it. Draw that left leg forward, wrap your right arm around it, and let's take a twist to the left. Coming back through center, take the twist to the other side. And then coming back through center, bring both hands behind your back. I want you to lean back, bending the elbows, and uncross your right foot. Take your left foot out, and let's find a reverse table right here. So press down into the feet, draw the shoulders back, lift the hips forward and up as high as you can. And then lower down. We're gonna do that again. Keep those fingertips pointing towards the buttocks. This time, we're gonna cross that right ankle over the left, right? We're gonna bend into the elbows and lifting the chest. We're gonna press ourselves up again. So it's like a one-legged instead of a four-legged, the tripod. And then we're gonna exhale, come down, uncross, other side. Cross that left ankle over the right, bend in, lift your seat, draw it towards the heel, and press up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Good, go ahead and open up the legs and just windshield wiper back and forth. All right, so we have to come into the other side. Maybe cross the ankles, roll yourself back over. Find your way back to the middle of the mat, and we'll make our way back into down dog for the other side. Press down into the hands, tuck the toes, lift up. That right foot stays heavy and that left leg sweeps up. We're gonna bring that left knee to the outside, to the back of the left wrist and walk the right leg back. Take the hands back and lift yourself. So again, maybe you want that blanket, yeah? Maybe you feel like that's a little bit of padding, that extra help is gonna feel really nice. As you're ready, walking it forward. Maybe noticing any differences between one side and the other. Softening where you can. Breathing into any areas that may be causing you tension. Noticing the thoughts even that are going through your mind. Bring some loving thoughts to your mind, healing thoughts. See yourself as a perfect version of you. See manifest in your mind's eye complete health and wellness, no dis-ease anywhere in the body or the mind. Feeling loved and loving, having energy, having that spark, that joy, that radiant light. Use this time. Last few breaths here. We'll slowly make our way back upright. Go ahead and roll to that left hip and pull that right knee around. All right, so you may have to just take a minute and kind of regather yourself, move your feet, find both sitting bones rooted down. And again, just enjoy this little rocking action here. Drawing the knee into the chest, maybe pulling it away slightly. Can you sit up nice and tall? Right, we want that chest nice and open, spine, each vertebrae stacking one on top of the other. And then as you draw that knee into the chest, wrap your left arm around, take a deep breath in here and gently twist to the right. Coming back around to center, we're going to just take an easy twist to the opposite side. And again, back through center. And yoga class has gone to the dogs. Well, 2 out of 3 anyway, right? Take those hands back behind you. Yeah, uncross. And if you'd like to do the reverse table again, you can. Or if you want to try reverse plank, you can do that too. So you've already done the reverse table. You know how to do that. If you want to do reverse plank, you're going to bring your feet to the floor. I want you to point the toes, same action, right? We're going to draw those shoulders together, bend into those elbows, squeeze them, and then begin to lift ourselves up, letting those toes start to begin to draw down. Look up at the ceiling. One more breath here. Exhale, slowly release. If your knees were bent, I want you to go ahead and straighten them out. Paschimottanasana. Sweep your arms up and over the head and exhale, hinge forward. Let those arms fall wherever they would like. Right? Squeezing that toothpaste tube. We're just finding this nice, easy forward fold. Close the eyes. And then inhale, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat, right? So we're in our staff pose. With your hands alongside the body, we're going to try to just lift and lower one leg at a time. So let those hands fall alongside the body with a nice straight back. You're going to see what happens in the core here, yeah? As you sit, all I want you to do is try and lift your right leg about 1 or 2 inches off the ground and then release it. Ooh, you might need to even shake it out, right? It's not hard, it's not easy. And then go ahead to the left and release it. Maybe you need to shake it out again. I know. Belly is lifted, chest is lifted. Inhale, right leg. And release. Pull that belly in, left leg. And release. Oh, walk those feet in, a little cobbler pose here. Your heels can be close in or further away. Hands can take hold of the feet or the ankles. And actually, while you're here, maybe you want to give yourself a little foot massage. Often is nice, especially if you don't have a guy around that's willing to do it, right? Maybe you need to bribe them. All right, sit up nice and tall here. And then exhale, bend the elbows into the body, hinge forward. And then inhale, I want you to sit up. So maybe we draw the ankles a little bit further away this time. And we're just gonna do a more yin forward fold here. So we're gonna let those shoulders roll, yeah? We're just gonna take our hands wherever they fall, let our head roll down. Slowly begin to lift yourself back up. Good. Let's go ahead and just open those legs for a little wide action here. Heels are pressing into the earth. We're sitting up tall. So I took my hands back behind me and just sort of drew myself slightly forward, right? So I'm finding that nice tilt here, little pelvic floor. Belly is going to be lifting in and up. Go ahead and turn to the right. I want a nice gentle inhale and then exhale. Start to hinge over that right foot. Again, you don't have to go very far. There's no nirvana down here. Nothing at all. Find your way. Try to keep your sits bones rooted down. And on our inhale, we're going to come up. We're going to take that right hand inside that right leg. Yeah. We're going to twist over to the left this time and let that left arm reach up. Here's our inhale. Exhale, just let that right arm sort of follow the right leg. If you want to explore a little bit more opening, maybe you rotate that arm so that it comes back behind you, and you might even be able to tuck it inside that right hip crease, and then sort of sexy roll that left shoulder open. Slowly release, come back through center, let all of that go. Ooh, take it to the other side. We're over to the left, big breath in, exhale. On your inhalation, make your way back up and then take that left arm inside. Yeah, big breath here, sit nice and tall. Twist to the right. Let that right arm sweep up and then exhale. Nice side bend. Again, staying here or allowing that arm to wrap back and around. Slowly unravel yourself. Ooh, good. Let's go ahead and bend those knees. You want to take another little windshield wiper, that might feel good. If you notice, I did this whole class without any standing tonight. I kind of did that on purpose, keeping it low, low and slow. All right, so bringing your feet back, find your blocks and roll all the way down onto your back. Just let the spine settle here for a moment. We're going to take our blocks, finding a supported bridge. So whether the blocks are one on top of the other or next door to one another, you choose, but just place them underneath your sacrum. Rock those shoulder blades underneath you. Make sure that you have a nice regal neck here, right? So the chest is lifted. You're not drawing your chin down. Press forward with the feet. Think about squeezing the inner thighs towards one another. Press down with the arms. Breathe. All right, so let's lift up slightly. We're going to just grab one of those blocks and take it out. We're resting on one. Finding Viparita Karani, go ahead and bring those legs up. If you'd like, pointing and flexing the feet here, if that feels good to you tonight, or rotating the ankles before you find some more stillness, you're welcome to do that. Oh, slowly let the feet melt back to the floor and lift up and take that second block out. Good. We're going to cross that right ankle over the left. Lift that left foot and then just let the legs again fall over to the left. Arms come up into those goalposts or straight arms and look over the right shoulder. You can stay here. This time, again, let that left knee sort of roll down towards the floor, maybe even letting that left hand grab hold of that right knee. Draw it down. Go ahead and let the right knee come close to the left, and then back up through center. Left ankle crosses on top of the right leg. Draw the knee up, and then again, take the leg and the foot over to the right. Look over the left shoulder and draw that left knee up. Breathing here, relaxing, softening where you can. And coming back through center. Let's make our way into our final shape of Shavasana. Find a nice position, maybe cover yourself with a blanket. Take a full deep breath in and exhale. Let's let it go. This is where we are. This is all we have. We're not promised anything else. Can we be comfortable right here? Breathing. Slowly starting to bring your attention back. Breathing deeply. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. You can bring your feet to the floor, bending the knees. Rolling to your right side. You're settling in for the day. You're rolling to your left if you've got lots more to do. We'll make our way up into a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall with the spine. Feeling grounded and rooted, right? But also soft, soft belly, soft chest, soft shoulders, soft face. Maybe in letting a little small smile come across the lips. We'll bring the palms together at heart center. And I'd like to close tonight with the sound of one Om. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And inhale for Om. Om. The light in me and in you and in every living thing is exactly the same. Namaste. Om Shanti. Peace, peace. Have a beautiful night. Have a great week, and I'll see you again.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Feel good, Lee.
Thanks.
You too.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I'll talk to you later. Bye.